This is Julian with Julian Tech Reviews, back with another video. And today we are going to continue the Motorola series with their phones with this wonderful jewel, this diamond in the rough, called the Motorola Edge Plus, the 2023 edition. I'll throw the link into the description because I think you should really try this phone out, and I'm going to tell you why. But before I do that, if you can like and subscribe to this channel, we greatly appreciate it. We thank you for your comments and all your support. And we are going to dive right into the Motorola Edge Plus, the 2023 edition. So you're wondering, when we talked about the Think phone from Motorola, is Motorola on some kind of comeback? Well, I don't know. I didn't know anything about any of these Motorola phones as they've been coming out for the last couple of years. I've been strictly on the Samsung, OnePlus, Google phone, foldable market, Apple train. So we tend to be blindsided when it comes to those brand loyalties and phones. But now I've opened up to different, foreign phones like the OnePlus was one that I kind of, broke out of the ceiling with Samsung and Apple. And then we got our Vivo phones, Huawei, all those other brands that are out there that produce great quality phones. But another one in that particular area is one that was a US branded company, which I'm sure now it's already bought and sold from a different foreign, corporation conglomerate. However, it was started in America, and we're talking about Motorola. Now, this phone, the Motorola Edge Plus, I think is considered their top of the line flagship phone. It does have the flagship specs. It looks like a duck, acts like a duck, then I'm going to call it a duck. This is Motorola's flagship premier phone. All right, so let's just talk about when this released, because what were you doing on May the 2nd, 2023 last year? Well, this phone was released in May the 2nd, 2023 for a price of $799. And they only have one color, which is called Interstellar Black, otherwise known as black. It appears black, it looks black, so I'm just going to call it black. And being launched at the $799 price, it's competing with the likes of the OnePlus of the world, the Google Pixels of the world, Pros of the world. And it does challenge the Samsung price. So, don't be mad at me, Samsung fans. I really do love Samsung, but you're getting a whole bunch of the same and even more with this phone compared to Samsung. All right. So before we get started, let's go ahead and talk about some specs. So the display has a OLED display. It has 165 hertz refresh rate. I repeat, 165 refresh rate hertz. 165 hertz refresh rate. It has a 6.67 inch display. It comes with Corning Gorilla Glass Victus, not Victus 2, but it came out last year, so who knows what the 2024 version is going to come out with. It came with Android 13, so it does use Android. It does have a slightly modified app or something in this particular phone that is not considered the full skin, but it does have certain widgets that are specific to Motorola. So this is essentially a OnePlus with Google's full spectrum of an essence of Android. So, but now it is upgradable to Android 14, and I have upgraded to Android 14 because of a recent update. So you're assured of that. It'll at least have the security updates with Android 14. So for the next year, you're safe to go when it comes to that software updates. And it does have a Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 2, not 1, but 2. So it is on par with the other phones that came out in 2023. A GPU Adreno 740. All right, let's talk about memory options. There aren't none. There's only one version you can get now, and it is 8 gigabytes of RAM and 512 gigabytes of storage. Now, that to me sounds like a good deal because you're getting the most storage and the 8 gigabytes of RAM. It does seem small. However, it does compete on the likes of OnePlus or Samsung with their 12 to 16 gig RAM. I have no complaints when it comes to that department. So you are assured performance is going to be smooth and buttery. Okay, and does have UFS 4.0, 4.0, that is. All right, let's talk about the main camera. Let me go ahead and turn this beautiful phone over. So this is the Interstellar Black, and I'm not sure if you can see. There is a slight sheen, interstellar look of the phone that's attached to it. It's very smooth. As you can hear the ASMR, it looks like a granite, smooth granite tile. Interstellar Black by Motorola. And the reason they call it the Edge, obviously, because it does have curved edges, and it has curved edges all the way around. So it has curved edges up here, and it has curved edges here and here, all four. All right, the camera housing. So this is what it looks like. So the camera has a 50 megapixel wide angle camera, 50 megapixel ultra wide, a 12 megapixel telephoto, and it does shoot up to 8K. I repeat, 8K at 30 frames per second, 4K 30 to 60 frames per second, and obviously it has HDR10. So excellent picture quality is going to be on this phone, or so we think, but we'll test that out. Okay, so the selfie camera, which is right here, so the hole punch cutout, is 60 megapixel selfie camera. 60 megapixel selfie camera. And it shoots up to 4K at 30 frames per second. Now, let's talk about battery and charge. So now we're talking about flagship level. So everything's been flagship level so far. But what about the battery and charge? Well, this has a 5100 milliamp battery. It has 68 wired charging. 68 wired charging. Hello, Samsung. Hello, Google. It has 15 watt wireless charging. So it does include wireless charging. It has 5 watts of reverse wired charging, and it has 5 watts of reverse wireless charging. So essentially, Motorola has snuck up and created another Galaxy Beast and just renamed it under Motorola's brand. So this is, once again, the Motorola Edge Plus 2023 edition. So that's that. And of course, it has the fingerprint display and has a accelerometer, gyro, proximity sensor, compass, barometer. It has lightning quick face unlock. Similar to the Think phone. So it has basically similarly the same technology, but just way better specs. So this is absolutely, in a sense, a flagship phone. And you can currently get this on Motorola's website for $599 right now. Obviously, that's without trade-in. So you can trade in phones and do whatever you want. Get cases, all that on Motorola's website, and you're not going to spend more than $600. That's a bargain to me. And it's so gorgeous to look at. But we're going to take a look at it. So as I mentioned with the Think phone review, and I'll throw the link in the description on that to get the full details of every single thing that I went over. It does have the Moto app. So you do get all of the same features that you get on the Think phone. The only thing you don't get that the Think phone does have is that extra red power button, that red display button. You can essentially put in, you can use it and it'll open up whatever you want. That's the only pretty much thing missing from that phone to this phone, but otherwise it has every single thing on there. And let's just go ahead and dive in and let's look at YouTube. So once again, this is the curved edge display of their flagship phone. And let's look at some videos. We'll track the price of your flight after I get through these commercials. So once again, the sound is pretty good. RIP Kobe Bryant. So pretty cool. All right, so let's look at Instagram once again. We're going to see if Instagram has what it takes on this phone. And you know my point. Of course it will. You know what I'm going to say. Once again, look, it has 165 hertz refresh rate. I mean, look at that. Look at that. All this for $5.99 currently. Okay, Instagram, dark mode, boom, boom, boom. This is what it looks like. No complaints here. Look at some of these pictures. Whoop, there it is. Okay, Facebook, once again. Oh, who didn't put it in dark mode? Okay, not now. All right. So as you can see, let's go ahead and put it in dark mode. Pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. I don't know if you hear it in my voice, but I'm starting to become a massive Motorola fan. This is pretty cool. I mean, look at this display. First, I thought when I picked this phone up, it was like a cheap imitation of a OnePlus phone. But as I got through it, it's very much in its own, proprietary. Proprietary software along with Android 14 to a certain extent. So it does feel like a Google OnePlus phone, but it does have its own, Motorola personalization app, which is right here. I mean, I have no complaints with this phone other than the fact that there's just so many options out there. But this is, once again, a really good, budget friendly. The price is right. The weight is right. I mean, this feels light in the hand, and it does have, Motorola does have cases for this, official cases for this, but you can also get all your cases from Amazon, and they have all the third-party cases there. I mean, I can customize everything I did, as I mentioned in the phone review, and I think this is a candidate for at least like a backup phone for you to have and to compare and contrast with. But I have no complaints on this. And I think at this point, it's either up to you whether you want to buy the most expensive phone or you want to get with a phone that is still quality. It's still good. It looks great. They do have certain cases, and it does have 168 watt wireless charging. I mean, wired charging, and it does have wireless charging. So I think Motorola took this opportunity to seize somewhat of the market, but to create a phone. And I really hope they do continue to create phones so we can have great options like this Jewel that we have here. And maybe we can have more color options when they come out there. So just trying to get the word out that, hey, this phone is a quality phone and it has absolutely in every sense a flagship phone. And I think you really should try this out. Just like I said with the ThinkPad, and I was very surprised about that, Jim. You should definitely try this one out. But as I mentioned, try it out. Go to Amazon, Motorola, and I'm going to go ahead and conclude this video. And I've said a lot and very excited about continually working and testing this phone. So go ahead and get the Motorola Edge Plus 2023. Comment below if you heard of this phone, if you have this phone in your hand and you're still liking it, months later. But this is my first, introduction to their flagship phone, and this is the Edge Plus. So once again, if you can like and subscribe this channel, we appreciate it. We are rolling through and we got more and more reviews, and we love your comments. So go ahead and send those comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to get the latest and greatest on all my videos that I have coming up. The next thing we're going to work on is the Bose Open earbuds. So I'm definitely going to give my thoughts and reviews and provide more and more samples to make you make a better choice. But peace.